Team Double Eagle 6, Fort Myers, Virginia. Change up on you. Hey, about a week and a half ago, I talked to you about COVID-19. Circling back because I want to update you on what's going on, both in America's Army Reserve, internally to us, and also what we're doing to lean forward to support the Army, NORTHCOM, FEMA, and the nation as we battle this virus together. First things first, remember I told you about a week and a half ago, standards and discipline personally for each and every one of us to make sure we're maintaining social distance from each other. All right? We're washing our hands. We're not touching our face. When we greet people, we're not doing the usual hug. We're not doing the usual handshake. It's hard to stop doing that because we're human beings and that's what we do. And there's any number of ways to greet other human beings without potentially exposing them, if you're a vector carrying this disease and you don't know it, or getting exposed to it as a victim. Either way, it's critically important you do that. So maintain that situational awareness as we move into the future. I have no idea how this goes in terms of how long this virus is going to be a persistent problem for the nation and the world. But I do know this. One of the ways we can crush it is by doing what we need to do to just make sure we don't inadvertently spread it further and faster than it's already spreading. So we're a part of the solution here, each and every one of us. That's hugely important. All right, second thing, battle assembly. So about a week and a half ago, remember I said, hey, we're suspending battle assembly across America's Army Reserve. We did that for two critical reasons. Number one, to stop travel. Because a lot of folks travel long distances to do battle assembly, whether they drive, some fly. We do IDT travel, we let folks go across time zones and everything else, which is great. The problem is, traveling is one way we spread and get exposed to the virus. So we said stop travel, number one. Number two, even if you don't travel far, you're still congregating. So part of what I want to do is make sure we aren't bringing units together for collective training opportunities like battle assembly, unless there's a really critical mission that forces us to have to do that. Because every time we get together in larger numbers, the likelihood of contagion, of spreading this virus, goes up and goes up significantly. So a lot of folks, for reasons which I completely understand and anticipated, were concerned that without battle assembly, they wouldn't get paid. Okay, that's not going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to virtual battle assemblies. We call them soldier assemblies, and the focus is on you. Continue to develop as a soldier. So from a readiness perspective, a resilience perspective, from a professional progression perspective, you just keep moving. So as a member of RFX, part of what you got to do is you got to maintain your own PT regimen. Stay physically fit, continue to develop. For a lot of you who are basically on lockdown anyway, this is a great time to get fitter, get better, okay? Run further, you know the deal. So bottom line is, develop yourself as a soldier. Individual soldier readiness from a proficiency perspective, schooling, online schooling, doing online stuff. You do that. I've told the chain of command between me and every soldier in America's Army Reserve, I'm expecting them to make sure that you are getting paid for the work you're doing. Now, if you think about a battle assembly, okay, you think about a MUTA 4, a weekend, okay, what is that really? That's really a 4-hour period, another 4-hour period, another 4-hour period, another 4-hour period. So what is that? 16 hours, okay? I'm guessing most of you are putting in 16 hours of work every month, getting after your readiness, developing yourself as a soldier, all right? And while we're going through this period together as a nation, I want to make sure, I'm continuing to make sure you get paid for the work you're doing for yourself and for the nation. It is critically important that you, at the end of the day, understand that you as a member of this team are getting the strength, the support and stability from America's Army Reserve that we owe you, okay? You owe us, all of us, okay, each of us, we owe each other a sense of mutual commitment and respect and all those things we've talked about for the last 3.5 years. So look at it this way. The Army Reserve, America's Army Reserve, is not a source of stress for you in your life or for your family. It's a source of security. It's a source of strength. Right? It's a source of stability. That's hugely important. All right, last thing. Right now, as I stand here at Fort Myers, Virginia, there's a lot of awesome stuff going on by America's Army Reserve because we are already in this fight against this virus. We got aircraft in the air, flying senior leaders from the Army all over the country. We've got the 377th TSC down in Belle Chasse, Louisiana, already leaning forward hard as a theater sustainment command to support the entire effort for NORTHCOM. We've got the 4th ESC down in Texas at Fort Sam, supporting indirectly our North and the 377th TSC. the 505th MI Brigade, the 76th Operational Response Command out of Salt Lake City, already flying out a leadership node to the Pacific Northwest to make sure we got a good team out there coordinating all kinds of activities in support of the Army and NORTHCOM. All that's going on right now. As we lean into the next week, we've already put many medical resources inside the Army Reserve in an AT status to get them ready when we get a mobilization order to deploy as required, as necessary, medical experts and professionals around the country to assist our brothers and sisters out there in the civilian communities that are getting devastated by this virus with medical support to enable them to deal with this at scale. So it's hugely important contributions that this team is already making. I just want you to know that because I want you to know this team right now is getting after this, and you're a part of this team. So develop, sustain that individual soldier readiness, get yourself ready, because I don't know what we're going to be asked to do next, and I need you to be ready to go when I need you. But until then, I want you to, if you develop yourself, I want you to continue to get paid. I don't want you to get infected, and I want you to know that at the end of the day, this team is supporting you and your family. You keep pounding. I'll see you soon.